The grand arena buzzed with tension as the sects gathered, eyes sharp and hearts pounding in anticipation. Among them stood a young man, his face calm despite the heated gazes cast upon him. He sighed, shaking his head with a wry smile. "My luck's in the pits today," he muttered. "I picked number 1. A burst of laughter rang out from the crowd. "You are great." "Ah, but woe is me," a disciple from the demon-scheming sect called out, dramatic in his lament. "Here I was, eager to showcase the might of my sect, but alas, my fellow disciples failed to arrive on time. I urged them not to come, and shockingly, they listened. I'm sorry to take this easy win from you, truly, I am." His chuckles echoed through the air, though the glint in his eyes showed otherwise. A voice interrupted, sharp and eager. "If the demon-scheming sect's disciples have failed to show on time, why don't you fight us instead?" A girl stepped forward, confidence radiating from her stance. "You're truly kind," the elder of the mystical heaven sect mused. "Elder, our sect is willing to take their place. Let them go first." "Nonsense," another elder snapped. "When did we agree to this?" His eyes narrowed at his disciple. "You don't know what you're saying." The girl, unfazed, turned to her opponent. "We are adversaries now," she declared. "There's no need for mercy. Besides, this little hiccup won't stall him." Murmurs spread through the audience. Isn't Ching on young Master Zhua's side? Why isn't she stopping this? Did their love turn into hatred? An old man scoffed, arms crossed. "You call yourself a man and a righteous cultivator? You're worse than a child." The young man's gaze hardened. "There's nothing between our sects," he said coolly. "I've explained what happened. We just happened to cross paths. What's so wrong about that? We owe you nothing." He took a step forward. "And now that we're rivals, that goes double. We don't have to do anything for you." A snort of derision sounded from the crowd. "Righteous sect, my foot. Nothing but fake, ungrateful pricks. I almost feel sorry for the demon-scheming sect." The murmurs grew louder. "They can't fight because of this delay. It's truly a shame, especially for that guy." The elder's voice cut through the noise. "Are the demon-scheming sect's disciples coming or not? If they aren't, this round will be forfeit." A hush fell over the crowd as footsteps echoed through the arena. A voice, calm and confident, carried across the field. "Sorry, I'm a little late." Eyes turned toward the newcomers, and the crowd erupted into whispers. "This is what's going on here." One by one, the disciples stepped forward, their auras pressing upon those gathered. Ethereal stage. Third layer. Another third layer ethereal stage, and another. More than half of the demon-scheming sect's disciples had reached the ethereal stage. 15th layer ethereal stage. First layer ethereal stage. 0 layer ethereal stage. 6th layer radiant stage. 3 of them? Shock rippled through the spectators. This was no longer about a single prodigy. It was an entire team of monsters. Half of them are already in the ethereal stage. A sect leader's expression darkened. "What kind of testing did you even do before? You missed this critical information?" A younger disciple, face pale, stammered in response. "Brother, just a few months ago, 3 of them were only in the 8th and 9th layer radiant stage. How did they reach the 3rd layer of the ethereal stage? This is impossible." "You're saying they weren't in the ethereal stage before?" "No way," his brother whispered, hands clenched. "Even you just barely entered the ethereal stage, and that was with all our sect's resources. How could a low-ranked sect have so much in just a few months?" The disbelief spread like wildfire. "We can't underestimate the demon-scheming sect any longer. They aren't just a challenge, they could replace us." A decision was made in hushed urgency. Change of plans. "We need to make sure we don't get last place in the middle 3 sects fights. If we do, the demon-scheming sect will surpass us." A silent nod passed between them. Then came the final question. "Where is the one you all warned me about? Is he among the 6 ethereal stage experts?" "No, brother," a voice whispered, almost trembling. "It's that kid." The speaker pointed toward the young man who had spoken so casually earlier. "Don't let his low cultivation fool you. He's a monster." The ethereal stage experts stood behind him, following his lead. That alone spoke volumes. Anyone who underestimates him will suffer for it. The air grew thick with tension. The battle had yet to begin, but the outcome, that was something no one could predict.